We just hit 1,000 items sold on Whatnot.
And here is what we learned.
All right, so we just hit 1,000 sales on our Whatnot recently, and besides it being just a huge number and a significant one, we now will get paid instantly once we print a shipping label instead of having to wait 72 hours after an item is delivered. So that's kind of a nice perk. But more than anything, we learned a lot over the 1,000 sales. What did we learn?
We did. So we have tried multiple things, like multiple different categories of selling. So we started off with toys. We tried electronics, and then we dove into clothing, and now we are back at electronics. So
yeah, we're trying to figure it out still. There's pros and cons of each, and so we thought we would just share some things we learned today in hopes that it'll be helpful to you and your own Whatnot journey. So
yes, we definitely believe in Whatnot as a really awesome platform to move inventory quickly and to make a profit. But there are places where you don't make a profit on Whatnot. So we're going to tell you what those areas were for us and where we are finding success. So we started off selling toys because it was around Christmas time and we bought a pallet of toys. So it was super easy to get all that inventory, but we really struggled because toys are all different sizes. And we learned a lot about shipping and that whole process. It just got really complicated.
Yeah, we didn't really know anything about shipping at the beginning. And so we had a lot of items that were over 12 inches in length that we had to do custom shipping profiles for. We ended up losing money on the shipping because we had to make so many adjustments.
So this is how Whatnot works with shipping. We have learned, and everybody I think struggles with this. So let us just tell you what we've learned on shipping is that it has to be in a 12 by 12 by 12 box or measurement. So anything under that 36, what's it called? Like
linear inches or 1 cubic foot.
So it has to be under that 1 cubic foot measurements.
Well, it doesn't have to be, but if it is, you have to create a custom shipping profile for that item. So it's a whole extra like 2 or 3 steps.
If it's over the 1 cubic foot.
If it's over 1 cubic foot, you have to make a custom shipping profile.
If it's under 1 cubic foot, it is $8.35 cost the customer.
We think we're still the other confusing part about Whatnot is that the seller doesn't see any of the shipping info. So we don't really know what the customer's paying. We don't know.
And it depends on where they live. So it'll show the customer on the bidding screen before they bid, it'll show them how much it'll cost them to ship that item. Mm-hmm. So, but we're not seeing that. So we don't know if it's going to cost you $6 to ship to your location in California or $50 to ship. It kind of, and it'll cost a lot more if it's over that linear foot.
Yeah. Yep. But
cubic foot.
Yes. Cubic foot. But it's so we're still learning. We're getting a lot better, but basically the short story is that if it's over a cubic foot, you have to do a custom shipping profile.
But if it's under 5 pounds and under that cubic foot, it costs the customer $8.35?
It should be $8.35, I think.
We think. It feels really complicated. We still don't really know. And so we had a lot of our customers telling us in the comments, so we would ask, how much does this say that it's shipping to you guys? And everybody would have pretty drastically different numbers.
And so toys are cheap overall anyway. So when you factor retail value. So when you factor in cheap toys that are big, cost a lot to ship, toys were not our thing. And we knew they weren't anyways, but we just wanted to do it for Christmas time. So then we decided to do clothing.
So we thought that clothing was going to be the answer for us because it is easy to source, lots and lots of items in one pallet, and then also very easy to store. So each clothing item is tiny and easy to ship. So we thought that's it. Clothing is the answer. We don't have to source it. Or at least you don't have to source multiple things. You don't have to worry about finding all different size boxes. They just go in a poly bag, things like that. So we thought that clothing was like the end all be all. And we were watching these other Whatnot influencers sell clothing and they were killing it. Absolutely selling crazy amounts, it seemed like. So
long story short, we bought an entire pallet of not designer, but higher end clothing at $10 an item. So
Free People, Revolve brands, things that the MSRP of these clothing items were over $100, most items.
So $100 item, paid $10 for it. That's 10% retail value. Right. that's really great margins typically in liquidation, because then you could go and hypothetically sell it for 20% retail value. So we're like, okay, we're going to pay $10 an item for this clothing, turn around and sell it for 15 to 20 and make a $5 profit per item. And if we can do 100 items in a show, that's a $500 profit per show. So that to us was like, let's go.
It seemed like, seemed pretty foolproof. Foolproof. However, nothing would sell for even what we paid for it. And we
sold stuff for a solid $9 on average.
Was it average?
So far. We still haven't finished it all, but before your fees. Yeah.
Fees.
Yep.
So really it ended up, we're losing money left and right on this pallet.
That's going to be another video, because I think we're going to end up losing close to $1,000 on it.
At least.
We spent $5,000 on the pallet, which is, looking back, a poor choice.
It's okay. We learned.
So, but I think because clothing, you have so many different sizes and styles, it's not for everybody. So it makes sense if you only have like 25 to 50 people in your show.
Yeah.
Even the chance of one person liking the item and it being their size is low.
Yeah.
So
grab a piece of clothing over there. Show what we got.
We ended up selling to resellers, but like, look at this. What do you call
that's a bad example. Grab one of
this. This is a great example.
Okay.
Look at this. I don't know. Hold that up.
It's a baby tee.
Sarah calls that a baby tee.
This one doesn't have an MSRP tag.
Oh, okay.
This is a baby tee from L Space.
All right, here we go.
So this is like a designer Revolve brand. This one says $99 on it. Okay.
Show how little clothing it is. Tiny little thing. Yep.
Tiny little. Grab like one of the dresses though.
Which one?
Those ones are nice, like nicer. The Free People stuff we did sell through, that was probably our best stuff. But like, here's like a dress that says $132 retail value on it. This dress, so we paid $10 for it, thinking like $132, I should be able to get $15 to $20 for a dress. But people only wanted to pay, like $5 to $8 for it.
Yeah.
So we were losing money, even though it's such a high dollar item. And
so percent of MSRP does not equal profit margin, because so like with pallets that we've done in the past, if you can pay, $10 an item and sell it for 20, I don't know. Clothing just doesn't equate on the same level. The profit margins aren't there. So that's what we learned.
It's oversaturated or what. There's a lot of people. Yeah.
Unless you have a giant following, and you got in early. I don't know. I also think there's some people who do like Nike, North Face stuff, and they get pretty good. We
had decent, Free People is like a really desirable brand, and people still, it just wasn't selling well.
So anyway, we've been negative $1 per item
so far with the clothing. Electronics, we've done 2 electronic shows, and we've been doing $5 average profit per item. Yep.
So that has been worth it.
Yeah. So if you're selling 100 electronics at $5 profit, that's a $500 profit show.
Right.
So that's after your fees and after shipping and all that. So, but then you're back to it being really complicated with sourcing because you can't really buy. You can buy a pallet of electronics, but it's usually big. So I've been doing auctions. So I'm spending a lot of time sifting through auction sites and researching what the product is and if it's worth it and the
then
retail value.
You got to test them, which we've had some broken items. It takes a lot more time.
And then shipping is also kind of a nightmare again. So
yeah. So for the clothing pallet or for the clothing shows, we'd sell about 100 items. It would take me an hour and a half to ship it all, which is pretty quick.
But you're working for free.
But you're working for free. The electronics, it would take me 3 to 4 hours to do all shipping. So, but you're making some money, so it's worth it. But
then you have a 2 to 3 hour show, and then you also had to spend a few hours beforehand listing everything on Whatnot.
Yes.
You don't have to, but we did in hopes that we would get
well, the electronics, you kind of do have to list them beforehand because you have to have the correct dimensions and weight.
Right.
So
that's true.
So yeah, there's more work up front as well. So it's probably triple the work, honestly.
Yeah.
Time wise.
But it was triple the profit.
More than triple the profit. Yeah.
Well, and say if you're negative $1 profit for clothing and $5,
that's better.
isn't that a $6?
Yeah. difference. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Whatever. So it's not perfect. It's work. Like that's reselling is work. It's not a passive, easy thing. But
I think at this point we're still believers in whatnot. But if we're gonna have to figure out sourcing, buying individually at auction. We thought was the answer, but it's not. So we're gonna maybe have to go back to pallets. If we ever have a super sweet item, I would be inclined to list it on eBay.
Yeah, because we're still not getting like much for what the item is. Like, and I tried to buy like nicer items, like DeWalt items and stuff, and that did sell okay on Whatnot, but it still was like less than 50% retail value. So the people are getting a good deal, which is nice, and I'm still making a little bit of profit. But if I were to sell that on eBay, I could probably get like 60 to 70% of retail value.
Yep, you just got to wait.
But you have to wait.
Yep.
So
with the clothing, we're taking a loss. We could have waited and been patient, I should say, and listed out everything on eBay.
Yeah.
But we realized we hated clothes and we wanted to just move on to it from it. So that's why we're trying to
hate clothes.
We
didn't know anything about it. We were like,
tell me how I'm supposed to like show this off as a man. I don't know.
We got some like bralettes and stuff that
he's doing some lingerie. Yep.
Some swimwear. And I had just had a baby, so like I was trying to be a part of it, but yeah, he mostly did all the women's clothing.
Yeah. So it was rough. We got through it. We learned a lesson.
Well, kind of. We still have 200 pieces probably.
No, well, hopefully
so I
not.
might try to list some of it on eBay, but we're definitely taking a loss, and that's okay. We're just, we learned our lesson.
Yep.
So, but we tried it. That's part of owning your own business and being successful, is that you have to be willing to take risks and try stuff and work hard at it and just see what works. And sometimes stuff doesn't work.
Yep.
And that's okay.
So we're getting there. We're going to, and another key to growing Whatnot is obviously growing your following.
It is a social platform.
You know, and so we did have some repeat buyers throughout the clothing shows.
Of repeat buyers.
So like developing relationships with people, interacting with people, and giving a good deal obviously is going to get people coming back to your show.
Right.
And then over time, you're going to have more competition for your items. So you're going to sell stuff for higher of retail value. So
yep.
That's kind of the game with Whatnot. It's definitely a lot more of a game than eBay.
What do you mean by that?
Like eBay, you just take a picture of the item, list it, wait for it to sell. It's pretty simple. Whatnot, you got to like building a following. You got to do giveaways to get people to follow you. It's pretty tricky, but
you can move inventory quickly, which is the value for us.
I mean, 1,000. I don't even think we have 1,000 items on our eBay.
No, I have like 30.
Well, sales.
Oh, sales.
Yeah.
I thought you meant at a time.
Yeah, I don't think we have 1,000 sales even on our eBay, and we've had that going for like a couple of years. So
that's true. So think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Whatnot is a bear. Whatnot is awesome, though. We love it. We're gonna keep doing it, but we're still learning. Yep.
But one of the cool things about our YouTube channel and Whatnot kind of working together is that one of the biggest things that we are into right now is our Amazon program. So we can actually review items that we're buying for Whatnot and show them on Amazon, take a review video, and actually make money anytime that sells.
And we're actually getting for some free items now from manufacturers who want Amazon videos. So
that is something that has worked really well for us. So every day we make between $50 and $100 from our Amazon influencer program, just based off of the videos that we shoot for that. So if you're interested in that program, we have a course on that below. And we really feel like that is super valuable and a good way to just make passive income.
And some of our students are doing even better than we are.
It's true.
And killing it. So
yeah. So really the more you can shoot these review videos, the more you can make that passive income. Because we really aren't working that hard at it, but we still get a nice little check every day for $50 to $100. So,
and then the free items now too, we can sell on Whatnot when we're done.
Right. So we have to like look over the items that we're buying anyway to make sure that they work and everything's there for our Whatnot. So while we're doing that and checking it, we're actually reviewing it, putting it on Amazon, making a commission, selling it on Whatnot, making a profit there, and then making a YouTube video about it. So that's kind of like our full circle plan So if you're interested in the Amazon Influencer Program, we really highly believe in it and recommend it to anybody looking to make passive income. And there's more information on that below.
Well, guys, we hope you got some value out of that. We learned a lot. If you're considering Whatnot, check out, we have links below for that as well. You can get 15 free dollars to Whatnot if you want to just check it out and buy stuff. If you want to sell stuff, we have a link below as well to get you approved quickly to sell. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.